Plato, Confucius, Nietzsche, or many other names might spring to mind when you think about philosophers. But long before these thinkers, there were ancient Egyptians with their own rich and fascinating philosophy. What was it really about? How did they view the world, morality, and the cosmos? Let's find out. Ancient Egyptian philosophy wasn't about abstract debates or theoretical concepts as we often see in Western traditions. It was deeply practical and intertwined with their daily lives, religion, and governance. At its core was Maat, the principle of cosmic order, truth, and balance. The Egyptians believed the universe functioned harmoniously when Maat was upheld. Think of Maat as both a universal law and a personal ethic. It guided everything from the Pharaoh's rule to how ordinary people treated each other. And this wasn't just philosophy for the living. Even in death, Egyptians believed their hearts would be weighed against the feather of Maat in the afterlife. A striking aspect of Egyptian philosophy is its focus on duality. Life was seen as a balance between opposites, light and dark, order, Maat, and chaos, Isfet, life and death. This perspective permeated their worldview and inspired their art, literature, and governance. Ethics and morality were also crucial. Egyptians believed in living a life of righteousness, kindness, and respect. Many of these values are beautifully captured in ancient wisdom texts. Unlike Greek or Chinese traditions, Egyptian philosophy doesn't revolve around individual philosophers. Instead, their wisdom was often recorded by scribes, priests, or royal advisors. Let's look at some key texts. The Maxims of Ptahhotep, written around 2400 BCE, is one of the earliest philosophical works. Ptahhotep, a vizier, offered advice on leadership, humility, and the importance of listening. His work emphasizes the value of modesty and patience, especially in governance. For example, one maxim advises rulers to avoid rash decisions and instead consult others, even those of lower status. There's also the Instruction of Amenemope, a text filled with moral teachings and focused on living a peaceful and content life, avoiding greed and respecting others. One passage from Amenemope warns against envy and advises readers to focus on their own path. Better is bread with a happy heart than wealth with vexation. And of course, we can't overlook the Book of the Dead. This collection of spells and prayers wasn't just a guide for the afterlife, but a reflection of Egyptian values. It emphasized truth, morality, and the importance of facing judgment with a pure heart. These texts show us that Egyptian philosophy wasn't only about abstract ideas. It was a roadmap for living a balanced, ethical, and harmonious life. Egyptian philosophy wasn't confined to texts. It was a living practice. Governance was rooted in Maat, ensuring justice and harmony in society. Rituals and religious practices upheld cosmic balance. Even their architecture, like the alignment of temples with celestial bodies, reflected their philosophical principles. For ordinary Egyptians, philosophy was simply about being a good person, treating others with respect, and contributing to the community. This practicality is what sets Egyptian philosophy apart from other civilizations. Interestingly, there are parallels between Egyptian thought and other ancient philosophies. For example, their emphasis on balance mirrors the yin-yang of Chinese philosophy, while their moral teachings align with Mesopotamian and Greek traditions. One fascinating connection is between the Instruction of Amenemope and the biblical Book of Proverbs. Scholars have found direct parallels suggesting that Egyptian wisdom influenced Hebrew texts. For those unfamiliar, the biblical Book of Proverbs is a collection of wisdom sayings and teachings found in the Hebrew Bible, focusing on themes like morality, discipline, and the fear of God. Its similarity to Egyptian texts like Amenemope highlights how interconnected ancient cultures were. Another legacy is found in Greek philosophy. Figures like Pythagoras and Plato likely encountered Egyptian ideas during their travels. Plato's emphasis on an ordering cosmos echoes the Egyptian concept of Maat. And let's not forget how Egyptian philosophy shaped their society. Their focus on ethics, governance, and the afterlife left an enduring mark on both their civilization and those that followed. Ancient Egyptian philosophy reminds us that the pursuit of truth, balance, and ethical living is a timeless human endeavor. While the pyramids and the temples stand as physical monuments to their civilization, their ideas survived as a testament to their intellectual legacy. What do you think about ancient Egyptian philosophy? Did any of the connections or comparisons surprise you? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more journeys into the past.